All right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Today I am here with Marshall from UFO Security Cam. What's going on, Marshall? How are you doing, buddy?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. So, I got one of your, I got a message from you, asking to come and check out your channel, and I did. And you got some interesting videos on there. So, how long have you been into UFOs?
Well, I think I'm an abductee from a pretty young age. I had some
You're an
strange.
abductee.
I think so. It's like from when I was really young. I had some strange experiences where I found outside my house when I was young, outside my parents' house, and I used to have dreams of being chased by, I don't know, like kind of like orange-looking aliens, where time would slow down and I'd be going up the stairs in my parents' house and everything would stop, and then I'd wake up and I'd have scars on my hands and lots of missing time and just things like that I really couldn't explain. A lot of it I didn't really pay much attention to. I kind of wrote it off when I was younger. It was just like dreams and stuff like that. It
Sure.
wasn't until later in life, until 2012, when I actually had my first vivid UFO sighting, which happened the day after I had a dream about it. I had a dream that there's these orbs that just kind of just came down really low and just followed me in a dream, and then the next night I pretty much had the same thing happen. I seen these orbs out at the lake that I camp at, and they just kind of went floated across the lake. So that kind of started everything off, as far as
Your UFO sighting.
yeah, as far as like really making sense of it, piecing it together, and realizing that this is actually a real thing. And when I kind of started investigating everything, because it was just undeniable, it kind of just
So
affected
what
me.
did they, how far away were they?
Well, I have the video on my page on Alien Disc. It's like one of the first ones I posted. It was probably maybe 2,000 to 3,000 feet away in the sky. There were just red orbs. There was one looked like a fireball. And it just, me and my friend were fishing, and then all of a sudden it just started going across the lake, and I was like, what the hell's that? And then I told him to get his camera out, start recording him, and then he recorded it. And
So
shortly
you
after, another
actually,
one followed behind it and just went across the lake too. And it's just like, oh shit.
so you actually were able to capture your very first UFO sighting. You
Yeah.
actually caught it on film.
Oh yeah, it's one of my best recordings for sure.
That's awesome. Now,
Yeah.
you did send me a message with a link to a Facebook page, which was Alien Disc. Now that's your Facebook page. What's the deal with that?
Well, yeah, that's the page that me and my friend kind of started. And we have a forum that we've been working on. Recently made it to the first page of Google for UFO forums. So we're trying to get a bit of traffic to that. And yeah, it was kind of his creation, but I do the marketing for it. Like, I built up the fan page. And Alien Disc, we have a YouTube channel where we've interviewed, I don't know, 4 or 5 different people. The UFO Security Cam is my YouTube channel. The other one is his channel. And I set up a security cam outside of my house here just to capture all the stuff that's going on, because it's going on every night. It's gotten to the point now where it's just like I look up and I can just call them right to me like anytime. So I don't even really have to do that. They're just always there.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. So
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I actually have the same thing set up. I have a Sumba PTZ camera that's 36 times optical zoom with night vision on it, and high powered lasers, infrared.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's awesome for UFO hunting. So it's a lot of times I can just sit inside and control it.
Yeah.
So I noticed one thing with the like the video I had posted, one of your videos earlier today, and it had I noticed that you don't shoot in night vision. You just shoot with a regular.
No, unfortunately, we don't have the highest quality camera equipment. We're using cell phones, and just the security cam I got, it's not really that great. But if we did have like a camera with 6 zoom, we'd be getting some pretty amazing stuff, because these things come right down low to us, like just a few thousand feet in the air. I've got some pretty good video stills and some photographs, so there's some really interesting pictures.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hundreds of them,
So
and some of them have faces in them, and it's just like really creepy.
are you planning to upgrade your setup to night
Yeah,
vision?
yeah, we definitely would like to do that, but right now the funding isn't there, so
Sure, I understand.
we're looking for anybody to lend us a camera or anything, but I don't know, a lot of people are kind of just in denial about this whole thing, and it's just kind of hard to get traction, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to make connections and just, tell people about
Get
my
it out there.
experiences, so.
That's cool, man. So you believe that you had an abduction experience. Have you ever had like hypnotic regression or anything
No,
like that?
no, I haven't.
Went under hypnosis?
Nope. I would like to try that.
Have you ever considered it?
I don't know. I don't know where I'd go. I live in a small town in Canada, so it's just like who to talk to, around here about that. So, I mean, I like things that I thought were dreams when I was young. I'm pretty sure now were probably abduction experiences, and I remember bits and pieces of it. I don't remember full details. I've tried self-hypnosis and things like that. I haven't really, been able to jar my memory, but I'm at the place right now where if I want to make contact and like meet these things face to face, it's not something that's a question. Like they're making themselves known, and it's pretty much up to me. They left it up to me to just
so what is your closest?
And we've had a couple pretty close encounters with.
Why don't you tell us one of those? What was your closest encounter?
Well, there was one. I was at a country festival up here in Canada with a few friends, and one landed out in a valley, like morphing and shape shifting, and every so often you could see windows and silhouettes of figures, and it just sat there for about a couple hours. It was a festival with like 30,000 people. We all seen it. Well, at first we seen it over we're camping in the sky. There's 3 fireballs, and they're moving like a triangular or something, and then just a little while later it landed off in the field, and you could see it flashing and morphing. And I wanted to go over there and separate myself from the group that I was with, but they weren't having it. So I only walked for a while and tried to get closer to it. And once we did get closer to it, we started flashing with our flashlights, and then it disappeared. That was one pretty close encounter. The next one was even closer. We were just at the lake here where all the sightings started, and just parked on like a lookout point. It was after the lake had closed. It was 3 or 4 in the morning, and no one was out there. Like, it was end of season, and we seen one fireball appear over the lake, and then shortly after, right down by the shoreline, which is maybe less than 100 yards from us, we seen one flashing in the trees. It's flashing in and out, and
wow,
I was standing out there just looking on my camera and flashing just to try and see if I could get the attention of it, and I didn't see anything, but I thought I was seeing things, and I got back in the car, and they're like, "Did you see that down there?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." They're like, "It's flashing down there," and I started looking at it. It's like, yeah, it is flashing, and then shortly everything, like the energy started to drop, and it almost felt like we were losing consciousness, and then this truck just right down the field pulled up to our location and just sat there with the lights on us for about 2 minutes, drove away.
Wow.
So we're pretty sure that was like some sort of MIB thing, but it was pretty damn close, like, to an abduction experience. We went out there like intending on making contact. Yeah. So that was one instance, and then just out in this field, like right north of town here, it's just like we go out there, they're just coming right down to take pictures of them. I had one, it was like a green one, just kind of swooped down. I went out there by myself one time really quickly, just cause, and it was green, kind of like neon. I don't know what it was. It just came down and just into the field and then disappeared. And I was just sitting there for about 10, 15 minutes, kind of expecting the same thing to happen. And I started feeling like, really, I don't know, my arms were heavy, and I don't know, there's something in there, but I didn't stick around. I kind of shut out and drove back into town. But if I put myself out there long enough, it's gonna happen. It's not something that's,
yeah,
it's getting pretty crazy. Like, they're following me. They're over my apartment, or I was at my mom's place. They flew over. I just asked them to show up, and they're right there. Flew right over top. Wherever I go, the lake, just to look for them. They're there. It's just kind of attention-based psychic connection to them. I don't
your story sounds awfully similar to my own experiences, where the same thing
Yeah.
seems to happen. But that they just for some reason pick an individual for whatever reason and seem to follow them around or always be there anyways. Or maybe it's just that, you know, now you're just able to see them more, or who knows, but it sounds eerily similar to my own personal experiences, which I find fascinating. So I'm gonna post a link, so anyone who wants to join in and come in and talk with Marshall, myself, and share their stories or ask any questions, the link will be in the comment section. And so feel free to come and join us and say what's up. We're just bullshitting here with Marshall about his UFO channel, his UFO experiences. And so feel free to come and join on with us. So Marshall, when you go out to this field or whatever, what makes you, how do you know where to go? Do you just pick any spot?
Well, actually, my friend, like, he said, I don't know why he's not like my call, but he wouldn't. He's had a lot of his own really close encounters, like, where they flew like down low feet from him, like brilliant bluish, golden, white, different colored orbs. They come really close to him, and he actually had seen a lot of activity at this place over the years. A couple like really vivid sightings, and I'd never been out there, and we just figured like only like, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago, we should just go reinvestigate. And every time we've been out there, there's been something happening there, and it just seems like the spot that we go to now. I used to be at the lake. I used to just think, well, show up at the lake, and they always did. Like, I've had probably, I don't know, 50 to 100 sightings at the lake, but now it's just like, nope, I don't have to go to the lake. They'll come anywhere, like this location. And then I thought maybe it's just this location, and then I got the security cam up, and then I started seeing them outside my place, and I was like, nope, they'll show up over my place, and then it's at different places, like my parents' home, home. Just like, well, it doesn't matter where I am, like, they're there. So, but this place, so, northeast
do you
of town,
know how to? Can you show us one of your videos?
Yeah. Let me just get on the page here. The ones we've had taken out in the field, you can pull up on our YouTube channel. Like, the last 15 videos were different combinations of security cam and the ones we filmed out in the field. Actually, I'll give you, like, we got picked up by the local newspaper here. I'll show you the article to that. That's pretty cool.
All right, let's check that out.
1 second. And it's got the video in it. So, find it here 1 second.
No, that's fine. Take your time. Yeah, while you're looking that up, I'll let anyone know that feel free to come and join us. This is Marshall from UFO Security Cam, and he's just telling us about his channel and his experiences and stuff. And if you have any experiences or questions you guys want to come and share with us, come say what's up. Don't be afraid to come and join in. So yeah, I think that I was kind of confused with the whole alien disc Facebook page and then the UFO security cam camera. Oh, there we go. So got a link. Here we go.
Yeah, he has his own kind of YouTube channel, and I have mine. Mine UFO security cam. But alien disc is kind of his brand. And he has his own channel, but it's our interviews. I'll send you a link to that just so you have it.
Okay, I got that popped up. Oh, the Times Herald.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the guy that I'm currently doing the investigations with, and he's the guy who went to the newspaper. It talks about me and him in there, and then link to his video that he shot. I also shot a video at the same time, which is on my YouTube channel.
Well, do you care if I share this video with everyone?
I'll go right ahead.
All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Let me pop this up. So get my screen big on here. So I'm going to check out this video real quick. All right, so here we go. And now on to the YouTube channel. Right. Now this is Alien Disc. This is your friend's channel.
That's his channel. I'm sending you mine
Okay.
right now.
So let's check this video out real quick. I'm gonna have to mute that just in case. I don't think people can hear it anyway, but
yeah, it's just this
here's it. Yeah, now it seems really bright, and obviously with a regular camera, like I said in my video earlier, if it's almost impossible to even view a star through a regular video camera at night. So this object must have been incredibly bright.
Just can't, like, they come right over us, like right where we're standing. They fly exactly in the line, like exactly where we are. Like, it's just kind of crazy. Like, there's no deviation. Like, it's not something that's just random. Like, a lot of people on the Facebook page is like, oh, it's International Space Station, but we've seen like 5 or 10 of these, and like flashlights at us, like phase in, disappear, phase out. It's just like,
yeah,
so many of them, like, and they shot on command. And I'll send you another one. This is my very first one. After you finish watching, I'll send you my very first one, which I had dreams before. It's pretty good. Video
all right,
recording.
so where's the link? All right, send the link to that. We'll check that out. That was pretty cool. Video. How do you know that they're not satellites? Do you use any apps to check and make sure?
Yeah, we got like flight traffic apps and stuff like that, and like the fact of the matter, these things are well below clouds. I mean, they're not. I mean, if a satellite flies 2,000 to 5,000 feet in the air, I'd be pretty surprised and appear and disappear in their different colors and come down low and do all kinds of crazy shit like that. I mean, we see things high up, like high up. They very well could be UFOs, but the ones that are high up, we can't even get on camera. Like, we can't record that high.
Yeah, exactly.
It's likely that those are satellites. It very well could be the same things, but we don't even take those into consideration just because they could be anything, right? But
yeah, and that's why it's always good. Like I use a satellite AR, which is a satellite tracking app that uses augmented reality to and you use your phone and you can just hold it up and look and see where every satellite is, like every one that's visible. You can see where they are in their location, and it matches up like perfectly. And then I use a flight radar and stuff like that, just so I can cancel out everything.
Yeah, I never heard of that satellite one, but yeah,
that's a great app to have. Heavens Above is also a really good one too.
Yeah, send me the link to that.
But yeah, you want to be able to cancel all those other ideas.
Yeah, you do. You want all the evidence you can.
Yeah. So do you got that link for that other video? Or you know what? I could just go to your channel. Let's see here.
I sent it to you.
Oh, did you on the Hangout? All right, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it popped up here, and here's the link. Oh wait, no, I don't have it. Did you send it through Google Hangouts or? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it's a Facebook link.
Yeah, that's on the page.
All right, here we go. So that's cool. The newspaper came and did a story about your guys' sighting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this link took me to Alien Discs. And this is your video or his video?
That's my video. That's from 2012.
All right, let me share my screen again so everyone can see this, because this is pretty cool. Let's check this out. All right. So once again, this is Marshall's video. This one, you can go ahead and just narrate over this or whatever.
Yeah, there's narration in the video. That's kind of gets explicit too. But.
So the viewers at home won't be able to hear it.
Oh,
yeah. So
I was just in shock. I was kind of swearing, like, what the hell is this thing? Like, get your camera out. And my buddy's like, oh, it's a meteor. I'm like, it can't be a meteor. Meteors don't fall across the sky like that.
Yeah, that's going slow.
And then all of a sudden, we just, in a couple seconds here, all of a sudden we look, and I look to the right, like, look over there, man, there's another one, get this shit. And then we record that one, and then zoom in on it, and it's just like, well, these definitely aren't meteors, and there's something going on here. And then towards the end of the video, I just started telling my friend that the night before, this is definitely something crazy. He's like, oh yeah, it's something to do with 2012. It's pretty fucked up.
Now, could these have been Chinese lanterns?
No.
No.
I have like 10 or 15 other videos of these things, and I've
Oh,
seen
okay.
them. Like, I've seen these at Craven flying in the triangle formation, and yeah, I've got lots of other videos. I've had people try and say these are Chinese lanterns and saying they were out there and they'd lit them off this time, thinking that when I uploaded the video was when they were actually
When you saw
supposedly
it.
out there doing it, and it wasn't. I recorded the video at a completely different time, so it was just people just trying to make shit up and
Yeah, just trolling. Yeah.
yeah, just trolling me. So yeah, if you go back to the very first videos on Alien Disc, you'll see a bunch of other ones where I recorded these same lights. But some of the best and most recent footage is on my YouTube channel. There I got about 15 videos, and some of these pictures are just phenomenal. If you go to Alien Disc and just check out the photo section, you'll see all kinds of stills we got of them, and they're really good. Like some of the pictures
Oh,
are really
wow.
good quality.
So is
And
this is from your very first sighting?
the red orbs, yeah, at the lake. That was the first one. My very first.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a great sighting for your very first time seeing UFOs that have a camera with you and also have a witness. You said you had a friend with you, right?
Yeah. Oh, I've had like been with, I don't know, all kinds of people. Like 30 or 40 of my friends have just all started seeing these things around me too. It's kind of spread like a virus. Like one person sees them, then another person sees them, and it's just like all of a sudden it's just everybody's seeing them. You know, my buddy sees them all the time too. He said, I just talked to him the other day, and he said he's seen one in the field, you know,
Oh,
take
wow.
off and just shoot into the sky. And he's had really crazy things that he thinks are abduction experiences where we've
Oh, it
had.
looks like we got a friend here who joined us. What's up, Blank? Can you hear me? You on here, Blank? I know he's got his mic muted, so hopefully he'll get on camera and get his mic
Yeah,
on.
okay. I'm just fixing the camera.
Oh, you're getting the camera fixed? All right, buddy.
Yeah,
Good. I'm glad you can join us, man.
definitely. I just got to work right now, so perfect timing.
Oh, okay. It was like perfect timing.
Yeah.
All right, good. Marshall, this is our friend Blank. Is a good friend of the channel. Comes on here all the time with us.
Yeah, how's it going?
What up, Dave? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Good. Oh, it's more. That's right. You're over in England, Dave, or wherever. That's right. I forgot. So yeah, good morning to you too, buddy. We're just sitting here talking with Marshall from UFO Security Cam. He sets up a security camera and catches UFOs all the time, but basically, you know, kind of like myself, it doesn't matter where he goes, there they are. So they seem to follow him around, and he also claims that he can even summon them in the end by, you know, just trying to make like a connection with them mentally, which, as you guys know, is something I also believe in. And so there's a lot of similarities between our experiences, which I find interesting. And Dave, don't be afraid to come and join us either, buddy. I know you never do, but feel free to come and jump on here with us.
I sent you a link to some of the most recent photos I made. There's the one really zoomed in. It's actually multicolored, and you can make out what appears to be faces on this orb, and it's kind of creepy. There's almost ones that look like grays and mantis, and I don't know what they're, but
Let me find it.
it's on the photo section.
Oh, it's in the photo section of the okay.
Of the page. Like I posted a bunch of different pictures, but that's the quickest link to.
I see. Okay, I'm looking at some photos, but it doesn't look like all on Times New the Times Herald. That's it. All right, so I got to go to Alien Disc, right? Let me look for photos on here.
I'll try and give you a direct link here.
Oh, I got you.
I got like hundreds of them on my phone.
I see. Okay, so I see like the multicolored ones or whatever. and like giving off. What we got here? That's a pretty cool looking one. Here, let me share my screen with everyone again because these are kind of cool. Here we go. So we're going to check this out. So once again, we are on disk. So it looks like we got 3 objects up in the sky right here. Now, did you take this photo?
Hold on a second here. That one, no, that was a friend of mine. But those are basically how I see them up here. They're usually in groups of 3, and they usually fly in a formation like that. It's kind of rectangular. That was in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. He's got actually video of it on my page. I uploaded it for him on the UFO security cam. But yeah, those other ones there, those are some other pictures. But it doesn't have all of them. It just, for some reason, it just features like the first.
I see.
Handful of them, but I'll send you more links just so you have reference.
Oh, these are interesting. Now, I mean, like, you know, like the, like, you know, like I see it just a chromatic aberration. I don't see how you see, with the seeing the faces, you don't think, I see it's, you don't think it's more of like a form of, than actual faces?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people take pictures of these things and then they look closely at them and they see figures in them. So I don't know. It could be. If you research, you know, what abductees are seeing, that doesn't really look far off from, you know, the image of a gray or a reptilian. Like, I don't. It's pretty coincidental. I mean, it could be just me seeing things, but who knows? These things are definitely, you know, they're
That's
intelligent and they're occupied by something, and I would probably assume that wouldn't be far off from what would be on board based on the accounts of people that I've actually made contact.
Could you see that blank?
You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah,
No.
Absolutely. Oh, you didn't see the
No,
photo?
you got to screen share it.
Okay, here, I'm gonna screen share again so you can see this, and then tell me what your thoughts are on this blank. See my screen? Oh wait, I gotta put my big screen on. Sorry about that. Hang on. All right, so that should be you. Let's stop sharing. All right, now I'm gonna share it so you can see it and tell me what your thoughts are on this. Now here's this photo right here. What do you think? Now I see like it's like a chromatic aberration. Almost looks like a picture of a star or something, like, because you see so much of the chromatic aberration. There's the multicolors, but someone thinks they're seeing faces. Do you you see faces, or is it more pareidolia where your mind is trying to put together faces?
I'm not, because the picture looks a little distorted. I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. Is this something in the sky?
Yeah, that's like I would switch from video recording to pictures, and that was just one of the pictures I caught. I zoomed in as far as it could go on my phone.
I see.
Oh, so
I wish I had a really good camera, because it would just be phenomenal, the things that I could get, but I just unfortunately don't have a good camera. But here's another one.
Yes, there we go. NMENME. Yes, we are seeing that. Well, to the right, between the circled spots, I see a huge face of a gray. All right,
wow.
so we do have,
pull up that other one I sent. Pull up the other one I sent you, man. It's got like even more distinguishable pictures. I could actually see.
Let's see here. We'll take a look at that real quick.
The last one, the last link I sent you is even better.
All right, I just popped that up. We'll see what we see here. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
well, I gotta admit,
at
least one of them does look like a ghostly face. However, I would think that, you know, zooming in with the distortion and the pixels and everything, I mean, basically you could just make
none of the other pictures look like that, though. None of the other ones. Like, it was just these ones that looked like that. So I don't know. Like,
okay,
it's creepy. It's creepy for sure.
I see that.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
I can't rule it out either, but I mean, it's just
Nah.
ominous, right? So I don't know.
Hey, what up, Vern? How you doing, buddy? Can you hear us, Vern?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, cool. How we doing, buddy? What did you think? What I tell you about coming on here and smoking crack, Vern? Pay attention. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, buddy. What do you think, Matt? Did you see some of his videos? He sets up a security camera and does the same thing, you know, and watches for UFOs and stuff. Or do you see the faces in there, or do you think it's a form of you know, just wanting to see the faces? Or do you think that's their legitimate, like, faces? Top to the left, yes, they see it.
If you want to check it out, I'd suggest going right to the picture yourself and just looking at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
That's probably the best way than going through than seeing it through my screen share, you know, because it degrades it. So it's probably best just to go and check it out on your own or whatever. But
I don't know. I just wouldn't be surprised if I made contact and that's exactly what I've seen on board. It's just, I mean, it's from how many countless people that have actually encountered these beings. That's basically what they look like. So I just find it coincidental that I took a picture of it and, you know, had a closer look, and it looks exactly like, you know, a gray or a mantis being in the picture. Like,
well, I mean, it looks like
maybe it's not.
I see like two eyes and like I kind of see like the out form of a face, but I wouldn't really say like a gray. Yeah, I wouldn't see like much bigger eyes and you know, like a definition of a head or whatever. But I do see the faces that you guys are talking about. But do you think?
Well, I just don't
think. I just like, you know, I think like with the inside the light, you know, when you start looking at what happens with cameras and stuff like that, that I would be I would reserve myself before I would go, you know, saying that I'm seeing a face after using a digital zoom and stuff. Yeah. But I mean, you know, it could be, you know, it could be. It's nice, you know, you're still investigating it, so that's what's important.
If these things are multidimensional and they have these kind of, you know, abilities to shapeshift and get your mind and give you dreams and stuff, who's to say they couldn't just send you some
that's true, absolutely.
You know? So
interesting.
I don't know.
Okay,
Blank, what do you think? Do you think interdimensional?
Now that you mention this, I do want to finish my UFO story. I only gave you guys half of that story.
Go ahead, tell us.
All right, so I'm going to start over. I did see my first UFO in 2014 with a coworker. I saw a metallic probe at least like 300 or 400 feet in the air and disintegrated in the sky after we tried chasing it behind a building. Now, the funny thing, this happened in 2014. The following year, in that same year, I also had like Finding God experience, and also I had that ET sighting and also experience, but I wasn't sure what to call it. After that sighting, I had some sort of dream or some sort of encounter with Grace. I wasn't sure if this was in my mind, but I did wake up with missing time, and this was after the UFO sighting. And I wasn't watching any UFO videos before I went to sleep, and I'm pretty sure I wasn't drunk. So you know how supposedly if you go to sleep with something on your mind, you have a huge chance of dreaming about it, right?
Yeah.
Definitely was not on my mind. Second, what happened? Hold on. Oh, I also knew about lucid dreaming because I think I started practicing lucid dreaming for mistake when I was 21. You know, lucid is when you are in control of the dream.
Yeah.
That's when these things invaded my dreams. That's exactly what I was doing too. I had some precognitive dreams, and then I just was like, well, there's something to dreams, and I started looking up lucid dreaming, and then I had my first lucid dream, and then shortly after, these things started invading my dreams, and then after they started invading my dreams, I started seeing them in reality. So it's just
that's kind of crazy. That matches up with my story, because after I saw that, I had just one random dream with Grays. I remember 3 Grays, but I felt like I was in a lucid state where I was in control of my dream. Now, I did remember at some point in my dream, or whatever it was in my head, whatever it was, I had it. And it's in here, in my brain, in that hard drive.
Yeah.
While lucid or in that state, I remembered that if I revoked the name of Jesus Christ for some reason, I yelled that motherfucker's name and I woke up. You can take it how you want it, you can believe it or
Yeah.
not, but it happened. So I'm not sure what to make of it, but that year that I had
Yeah.
that ET sighting, and then for some sort of dream or whatever it was, I also was hit by a car that same year in 2014. Now, the funny thing about that year with the UFO sighting, and I found God that same year, simply because where I was hit by a fortified vehicle, a cop car, which pending lawsuit, by the way, but I was hit in front of a church. Now, when I had my court case and I had to appeal to the judge and I kept repeating my speech, right? The main thing that I kept saying was I was hit in front of a church. I was hit in front of a church, and it didn't click till later because I kept repeating I was hit in front of a church. Then it clicked. I was like, oh my God, my life was spared. I was hit in front of a church. Therefore,
And so,
I found God.
and then you found God. I see. Well, that's always, hey man, that's always a good thing for people, I mean, like, I always think that religion is a good thing for people. Not me personally, but I think it's good. I think it's good for other people. And for the most part, it's, religion is, it's a good thing to make people feel good. They usually speak about doing good things and stuff. So, if that's what it brings to you, then hey, more power to you. And Vern, let me ask you, buddy. Vern, can you hear me? All right, so let me ask you, what are your thoughts on interdimensional UFOs, or having a psychic connection with them? Do you ever feel like you might have the same thing?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, the first question is anybody ever recovered objects in their lucid dreams? Like dreamed that they had an object and then woke up with that?
No, I haven't. Marshall, have you?
I've had dreams where I've like gotten fights, and like I had this one dream where I was mad and I was punching a cupboard in my dream, and I woke up, my hands were all red, and it looked like I was punching something, but I think pretty sure it was just lying in bed. Other than that, I've just had dreams about stuff that have happened the next day type thing, but I've never actually brought an object back. But I'm I believe it's definitely possible. I don't really anymore. I don't draw between waking and dream consciousness anymore after the things that I've experienced. They're pretty shocking.
So
I've woken up with
what happened?
Well, like I'd be like going through like a weird like lucid dream where, and I was a child. I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I was like where I would be feeling like I was almost paralyzed, but I was able to like pick up a rock or something like that, or hold a rock in my hand. And when I woke up a couple times in the morning, I found a rock in my bed. It wasn't in my hand, but it was, I swear it was the same rock that I had in my dream.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know, and it was so long ago that I used to have these repetitive dreams that were like, they were nightmares at first, but then they became a dream. They evolved. Like there was a message behind it. And it went on. I had one until I was about 23 or 24, until I resolved it, and until I got to the end of it. And it was it involved like animals and an old man, and then like this gas station back in the 50s, and it was like just weird. But anyway,
now you're with the object and the rock and stuff. It seems more like a premonition, as opposed to like pulling like an object like out of your dream. I mean, wouldn't it seem more like you were like?
I know I grabbed it for one reason, and that was that I wanted to verify that I was where I was at, because I knew I wasn't in a dream, but I couldn't do anything about it. Like I could not like wake up out of it or anything like that, but I couldn't, like I was paralyzed, feeling like when you dream or when you're asleep, you know what I mean? It's like weird. It's like
I'm gonna try and do
like where everything's kind of hazy. It's like you're not really there. But see, I've also had like outer body when I was a child too. A lot of times I would go astral projection. I'd wake up myself or whatever, because I'd be like on the ceiling and I could feel all the red part of the ceiling. And I was like, wow, I can really feel it. And then I turn around and look at myself, and all of a sudden I'd realize I was out of my body, and my body would start convulsing, and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe, and I'd wake up like all,
panicked,
out of breath and everything. And that went on until I was about 12 or 13, when I like went through puberty or something like that or whatever, and then it went away. It stopped doing it. I haven't been able to do it since.
Wow.
Time when I came back from living at in this haunted house. That's when I never used to believe in anything, like that shit or whatever, until I lived in it. And anyway,
now,
came back and
when it comes to ghosts,
What's that?
I always tell everyone I feel so bad, like, you know, saying like, you know, I don't believe in ghosts. However, and that's simply because I've never personally seen any evidence of it, but I do concede that, you know, at one time I didn't believe in UFOs, you know, and then when I saw them and it came into my life, it changed everything. So I'm open to the possibility. I've just never personally seen any evidence of it, but
I would say it's haunted now, but it all has to do with all the other events that have been occurring recently too. There's no doubt about it. It's just I didn't have enough information or experience and knowledge that I do now. And like you said, a lot of it comes to me by like just having a question and having like a reasonable answer popped in, and it's verified through like coincidences. Where not just one coincidence, like several coincidences, like 4 or 5 coincidences that are all parallel within like just immediate time, where there's just no doubt, like it's overwhelming. You can't really deny it. And people theorize about shit all the time, but it's like you just sort of know. I'm not here to prove it to anybody. It's just for me to know, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, I can verify everything that everyone said here because I've been through it. You know.
Let me ask Marshall. Did you were talking about how you feel like you could just go and make contact with them at any time, right?
Yeah.
Have you tried? I mean, is that something like you haven't already?
Well, I told you what happened at the lake there, and it felt like the energy was changing, and it felt like we were being put into a really like low vibrational state, and then all of a sudden this freaking vehicle came and just intercepted it. We didn't know who the hell it was, and just sat there with their lights on us, and then slowly drove away, and kind of just interrupted that whole thing, and we didn't know what that was. But we have theories that it could have been MIB type interception. Like it was just like it was pretty close, and then.
Do you ever have plans on like trying to make direct contact? So do you go out to the field and ever wonder if it's ever like going to come down and land, and you're going to be able to,
we have weird things happen all the time just sitting out there.
Yeah, I know exactly when he says weird things.
It's like it gets closer every time we go out there. I'm almost like afraid to go out there. Like I haven't been out there in a few days just because it's been getting pretty intense, and it's just like I don't really know if I want to open this door, because if I open it, will I be able to close it? What's going to happen? Like I don't know. Like I have no idea what these things are. I have no idea, but I know that they're intelligent and they've got my attention.
And
I just don't know if I want to take
form that they want to be. They can be any form at all what they want to be.
So,
bizarre.
It's
bizarre when you
it's interesting because
they turn into a disc and then turn into something else, and then it's almost like there's a being inside of them.
I have a daughter and stuff, and I'm risking my life doing this. I could very easily never be seen again. Like how many people go missing all over the world
for UFOs? A lot.
Especially out of like parks and stuff, never to be seen again. It's just like. Do I really?
You know, and I know that's the thing. I never buy into that. The stories, you know, of the like aliens abducting people and taking them for like keeping them forever, like all the missing 411 and stuff. I don't buy into that at all. I think that people are missing from a normal fucking occurrence. Something happened to them, and you know, their bodies floating around somewhere. You know, like
we're protected by another higher being. Trust
me.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying we're not. You know, I'm not saying we're not. However, to say that, you know,
certain people that they single out and protect more than others, and I know that because they protected me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where's the evidence of them being kidnapped?
I've watched them like actually come down and fuck with cops. They were gonna pull me over one time. Honest to God, man. I watched it come down. I've even watched one come down and crash in front of me, in front of another car where I pulled over, and the people pulled over and go, "What the hell was that? Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But I already knew what was happening before it was happening. I mean, it's weird. I have this sense of where to look or when to look at things. Like, looky here, look over there, you know?
Yeah.
And I just see this shit, you know? And if somebody's with me, they see it too. So, I mean, it's not like, it's not madness or something I'm making up, you know? I've just lived with it my whole life. I'm to the point where if they were going to do something to me, they would have done it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's that.
They told me to write a book, so...
That's what you should do. And fucking, I'd read your book. Probably crazy as fuck, Vern.
Well, that's my 2-year-old son who could not speak. And when I had this major signing, it was on Halloween, believe it or not. And I even verified it with a complete stranger, another father who was waiting at the door, like I was for my kids and all that. where this UFO was sitting right behind the houses from where I am. There's an open field, and then it goes to the airport. It's just like weird shit that happened where I live here in Nevada. But anyway, yeah, and I went out to that where I could see that field open, and there was 3 of them sitting there. And I walked back, and I was like, I gotta get my kids home so I can go out and check this shit out, you know, and leave them with their mom and all that. And as I'm walking to my son who could not speak at all, and my daughter can verify this, said write book. That's what he clearly said, write book.
What?
Yeah, he could not speak, and he couldn't even speak after that, but he was able to say it 3 times, write book. Because I was like, oh, huh? What did he say? And my daughter goes, he says write book. And he looks at me again, he goes, write book? I'm like, oh, okay. This is pretty weird, you know? But, and I've had like,
what do you think that meant?
What's that?
What do you think that meant?
I need to know the subject or something like that. I'm not no writer, you know? I mean, I don't even read. I read like
right.
stuff.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
What do you think it meant?
Yeah.
What's that?
He asked, what did you think it meant, like having that experience?
Write book, I guess it means something about, like, I think telling what I know or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like I get filled full of information that I have never studied in my life, but I go back and verify, and it's exactly like there are sciences, history, I mean, just crazy shit, you know. And I mean, I was like the worst student in school. That's how I can verify that, man. I was like fucking, I was blowing up fucking lockers and shit. I was like, you know.
No, you look like a
all the fucking trouble and shit.
Like you look like you're a straight A student, man. Fuck, hell no, dude. None of us were fucking getting none of us were paying attention in school. Are you crazy, dude? I was too busy getting laid, man. Fucking doing drugs and shit.
I know that you're fucked with too, Kyle, because you come off with shit, and I know it ain't your fucking bag, man. And now it is, and it's like you got to figure out shit, you know.
I got thrown into this shit, dude. I just want to say that I just want to point out that that's almost not fair because I had a totally different fucking life. You know, I was on the road doing stand-up comedy and shit, and you know, shit was going good and fucking having a blast. And then next thing you know, boom, fucking all of a sudden you're like, they're real. It's real. It's coming around you all the time, you know, and it's making you crazy. You know, like
it is making.
When I first had my first experiences, I had my sister and my twin sister and myself like sat down and called my parents and discussed, you know, like, do I need to go to a mental hospital? Because I called them up and I told them, I'm like, I'm having visual and auditory hallucinations and I don't know what's going wrong. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going schizophrenic, if I'm having some kind of breakdown, if I'm having paranoid delusions. I don't know what's going on. So we discussed whether or not I needed to go and turn myself in, like go to a hospital, you know? And then, yeah, like I seriously, I was seeing shit. So I'm like, fucking, you know, I'm seeing crazy shit. And they're like, well, what are you seeing? I'm like, UFOs, you know? And then they're like, well, do you want to go to a hospital to see a doctor or whatever? I was like, no, really? I want someone to come with me and see it and tell me that I'm fucking wrong. Tell me that I'm crazy. Then I can at least understand it, you know? But I'm like, if someone else sees it, if, you know, I have a videotape of it, I'm like, I think it would make all the difference. And it was just after that my sister was getting ready to leave for work. And I went outside with her and we saw a probe UFO, a sphere, probably like 3 feet in diameter. And it looked metal. And as it passed over, the back half of it looked kind of like a soap bubble. It looked fucking really weird. Like the first half was like metal, and then the second half was almost like a soap bubble. Like it looked fucking really weird, dude. But it was only like, it was probably like 60 feet in the air, dude. And I mean, like you could see it like it was fucking nothing, dude. It's like round little weird little sphere, dude. And
so I mean, like, I've had the round spheres flick with me too.
No, well, yeah, you know, like we were. Candace and I had saw a probe, but it wasn't the last time, you know, like, and all of a sudden, you know, I'm like, it's real, you know, it's fucking like, or I'm like,
oh yeah,
okay, so she sees it too, so I'm not crazy, following me. You know, it took me a while to actually fucking accept what was happening, and like I had many other sightings too, but before, you know, even with witnesses and people with me and recording and stuff, I still took me a while to accept that.
I totally,
you know,
I'm still in denial sometimes. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just the way it is. It's, you know, it's how they are operating, and that's why most people act the way they do. I mean, you watch like people that are professional people, like in the media, and all of a sudden they like turn into these fucking children when they talk about UFOs or anything.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That it's just nonsense.
It seems
And
like
it's not. It's fucking real. We're more so than people even can imagine. And it's scary to think that, you know, how long I've ignored shit that I've seen that I kept telling myself, no, I'm not seeing that. You know?
it seems like they're conditioning us to accept their presence by just kind of getting closer and closer over time.
Certain people, not everyone. Certain people.
I feel the same way, Marshall. I agree. You know, that I definitely think that that's what they're trying to do. Like, you know, because they seem to keep their you know, they're up in my face, but they keep their distance at the same time. They're just like kind of like letting me know, like,
they don't give you more than you can have.
We'll end up spreading it all around to other generations and saying, oh yeah, no, it's totally real. You know, to the point where kids will just be brought up with, they're like, oh yeah, aliens are real. It's just a matter of time before we find them. You know, you know, and then eventually we will have make a well, you know, like worldwide understanding. I wouldn't say, you know, I hate saying first contact, you know, because I'm like, first contact must have happened like thousands of years ago. But, you know, for us to come out and say, yeah, we're in agreement that, you know, this is a true fact, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're responsible for our development and being here as human beings.
I believe that is absolutely possible. And, you know, I'm an ancient astronaut.
And there's more humans throughout the universe and other places, too, that they've made habitable, you know.
Habitable.
Habitable, yes.
Yeah. No,
but
I
anywhere,
agree.
I've just been enlightened on things that it's hard to understand, but it's like, it isn't by any chance or by any accident that the Earth is in this position the way it is. And, you know, hospitable to us, even though that it is a pretty inhospitable planet. I mean, there's ones that I've been kind of made informed about that are much more, that are a lot nicer, more like paradise. But
I bet.
I think
I look at this one as a prison planet. We're like prisoners here. You know, this one's like really bad because of the people that are running it. You know, we could go so much further and so much better, even right now, than we are being allowed to.
Or I'm gonna have to continue this with you guys later, because it's 1:37 here, man, and it's time for me to go down, dude. This is really late for me. You guys are welcome to stay on the hangouts as always, and but thank you guys for joining us. And Marshall, thanks for coming on and sharing your story. Let's tell everyone what your channel, UFO Security Cam.
Yeah, that's my YouTube channel
on YouTube, right? And that's his YouTube channel. So go there, check out his channel, subscribe to him, show him some love, and check out his videos.
I got a question for you, Marshall. Marshall, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Now, the reason why I was compared to share my story was because
I'm gonna dip out, you guys, but you guys can keep going. So I just want to let everyone know. But thank you guys for joining me. All right, and Blank, Vern, thank you guys for joining me. Fucking great having you on. All right, I'll see you guys next time. All right, UFO proof out.
There you go.
All right, later, you guys. All right, what's up, you guys? UFO proof here. Well, today I am here with Marshall from UFO Security Cam. What's going on, Marshall? How you doing, buddy?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. So, I got one of your I got a message from you asking to come and check out your channel, and I did, and you got some interesting videos on there. So, how long have you been into UFOs?
Well, I think I'm an abductee from a pretty young age. I had some.
You're an abductee?
I think so. It's like from when I was really young, I had some strange experiences where I found outside my house when I was young, outside my parents' house, and I used to have dreams of being chased by, I don't know, like kind of like orange-looking aliens, where time would slow down and I'd be going up the stairs in my parents' house and everything would stop, and then I'd wake up. I'd have scars on my hands and lots of missing time and just things like that I really couldn't explain. A lot of it I didn't really pay much attention to. I kind of wrote it off when I was younger. It was just like dreams and stuff like that. It wasn't until later in life, till 2012, when I actually had my first vivid UFO sighting, which happened the day after I had a dream about it. I had a dream that there's these orbs that just came down really low, and just my friend kind of started, and we have a forum that we've been working on. Recently made it to the first page of Google for UFO forums. So we're trying to get a bit of traffic to that, and yeah, it was kind of his creation, but I do the marketing for it. Like I built up the fan page, and Alien Disc, we have a YouTube channel where we've interviewed, I don't know, 4 or 5 different people. The UFO Security Cam is my YouTube channel. The other one is his channel. And I set up a security cam outside of my house here just to capture all the stuff that's going on, because it's going on every night. It's gotten to the point now where it's just like I look up and I can just call them right to me like anytime. So I don't even really have to do that. They're just always there.
Yeah.
Crazy. So
I know exactly what you're talking about, and I actually have the same thing set up. I have a Zumba PTZ camera that's 36 times optical zoom with night vision on it, and high powered lasers, infrared.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's awesome for UFO hunting. So it's a lot of times I can just sit inside and control it.
Yeah. So
I noticed one thing with the like the video, I had posted one of your videos earlier today, and it had I noticed that you don't shoot in night vision. You just shoot with a regular.
No, unfortunately, we don't have the highest quality camera equipment. We're using cell phones, and just the security cam I got, it's not really that great to jar my memory. But I'm at the place right now where if I want to make contact and like meet these things face to face, it's not something that's a question. Like they're making themselves known, and it's pretty much up to me. They left it up to me to just.
So what is your closest?
And we've had a couple pretty close encounters with.
Why don't you tell us one of those? What was your closest encounter?
Well, there was one. I was at a country festival up here in Canada with a few friends, and one landed out in a valley, like morphing and shape shifting, and every so often you could see windows and silhouettes of figures, and it just sat there for about a couple hours. It was a festival with like 30,000 people. We all seen it. Well, at first we seen it over we're camping in the sky. There's 3 fireballs, and they're moving like a triangular or something, and then just a little while later it landed off in the field, and you could see it flashing and morphing. And I wanted to go over there and separate myself from the group that I was with, but they weren't having it. So I only walked for a while and tried to get closer to it, and once we did get closer to it, we started flashing with our flashlights, and then it disappeared. That was one pretty close encounter. The next one was even closer. We were just at the lake here where all the sightings started, and just parked on like a lookout point. It was after the lake had closed. It was 3 or 4 in the morning, and no one was out there. Like it was end of season, and we seen one fireball appear over the lake, followed me in a dream, and then the next night I pretty much had the same thing happen. I seen these orbs out at the lake that I camp at, and they just kind of floated across the lake. So that kind of started everything off as far as
your UFO sighting.
Yeah, as far as like really making sense of it, piecing it together, and realizing that this is actually a real thing, and when I kind of started investigating everything, because it was just undeniable, it kind of just.
So how far away were they?
Well, I have the video on my page on Alien Disc. It's like one of the first ones I posted. He was probably maybe 2,000–3,000 feet away in the sky. There were just red orbs. There was one looked like a fireball, and me and my friend were fishing, and then all of a sudden it just started going across the lake, and I was like, what the hell's that? And then I told him to get his camera out, start recording him, and then he recorded it, and shortly after another one followed behind it and just went across the lake too, and it was just like, holy shit.
So you actually were able to capture your very first UFO sighting. Yeah. You actually caught it on film.
Oh yeah, it's one of my best recordings for sure.
That's awesome. Now, you did send me a message with a link to a Facebook page, which was Alien Disc. Now that's your Facebook page. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, that's the page of me. But if we did have like a camera with 6 zoom, we'd be getting some pretty amazing stuff, because these things come right down low to us, like just a few thousand feet in the air. I've got some pretty good video stills and some photographs, so there's some really interesting pictures.
Wow, that's interesting.
Hundreds of them, and some of them have faces in them, and it's just like really creepy.
Are you planning to upgrade your setup to night vision?
we definitely would like to do that, but right now the funding isn't there. So
Sure. I understand.
We're looking for anybody to lend us a camera or anything, but I don't know, a lot of people are kind of just in denial about this whole thing, and it's just kind of hard to get traction. But I'm working on it and trying to make connections and just tell people about my experiences. So
that's cool, man. So you believe that you had an abduction experience? Have you ever had like hypnotic regression or anything like that?
No, I haven't. Nope. I would like to try that.
Have you ever considered it?
I don't know. I don't know where I'd go. I live in a small town in Canada, so it's just like who to talk to, around here about that. So, I mean, I like things that I thought were dreams when I was young. I'm pretty sure now were probably abduction experiences, and I remember bits and pieces of it. I don't remember full details. I've tried self-hypnosis and things like that. I haven't really, been able to